Second mortgages. What comes to mind when you think of a second mortgage? Generally, it's someone who can't pay their bills, who's in debt, who's over their heads financially. What if I told you that it provides low risk and there's security and it provides a fixed return? So what's a second mortgage? Well, a mortgage, as we know, is a loan secured to real estate, and a second mortgage is simply the positioning of the mortgage. We're very familiar with the first mortgage. We just call it a mortgage. What comes after the first mortgage? It's the second mortgage and then the third mortgage. The reason this is important is just in case of default, someone decides not to pay their mortgage, who gets paid first? The person in the first position, the lender in the first position. And then the second mortgage gets paid second. Because of the situation, a first mortgage will be loaned out at 3 to 5%, while a second mortgage will be loaned out at between 5 and 8%. And keep in mind, this is actually a fixed rate. So where's the safety in a second mortgage? Well, for example, if the property is worth $300,000 and the mortgage is at $150,000, well, there's $150,000 in equity right there. So say you position yourself in a second mortgage. You tack on an extra $50,000 as a second mortgage. That brings it from $150,000 to $200,000 right there. The value of the building is still $300,000. So loan to value, we're talking about 65, 66%. That's still below the threshold of 80%. That's the security. As long as you're lending out to the property no more than 80% loan to value, it's safe. So a second mortgage is a way of getting a fixed return with low risk. If this is something of interest for you, click like, leave comments below, subscribe to our channel, and give us a call. We can talk. Thanks for listening.